Alright, synthetic division is what we're starting this new unit off with, and the point of this, we've done quadratics in here, and we did an Algebra 2 as well, where you solved a quadratic, and you can do that factoring, quadratic formula, all those different methods. You'll be quiet. When it gets a higher power than the quadratic, like a cube to fourth, a fifth, or whatever, you need a new plan of attack, and synthetic division is one of those. So we can use synthetic division to find zeros to solve. So all today's lesson is just a review over the different looks of synthetic division that we did in Algebra 2. Okay, so this first thing that we have here says 2x cubed plus 13x squared. Zane, paying attention? Plus 30x plus 25, and we're dividing that by x plus 3. Now there were a few things about synthetic division that you'll remember once we get going. First thing is, it only works if what you're dividing by is an x to the first power. This one we're dividing by x plus 3, and that x is to the first power, so you can do synthetic division. If that said divided by x squared or x cubed or something like that, you could not do it, but x plus 3 will work. The reason y'all always like synthetic division better when we did it in Algebra 2 is because it only involves the numbers, the coefficients. So I'm going to fill my upside down box in with just the coefficients. Remember, if you're missing a power, you got to put a 0 in that spot. Okay, this one has a cube, a second, a first, a constant. It's got them all. But if it ever skips one of the powers, you'll have to put a 0. So leave some space between your numbers in the bottom of your box. You got a 2x cubed, a 13x squared, a 30x, and then your constant's 25. I'm saying it for the 4th time now. If you're ever missing a power underneath your highest, you got to put a 0 in there. Alright, what we're dividing by, x plus 3, when it's in factor form like that, you have to set it equal to 0 and solve. So we're going to put a negative 3 outside our box. Now we're going to see different types of questions today where they're not always going to be factors. Sometimes we'll just say, put a negative 3 there. But if it's a factor form, if it says x plus or minus something, then you got to set it equal to 0 and solve. Zane, you're getting on nerves. Starts off by dropping the first number all the way outside the box. That 2 comes straight down. From there, it's just multiply, divide. Oh, excuse me. No, it's not. From there, it's just multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. So that 2 that's outside, we multiply it by the negative 3 that's outside. That gets us a negative 6. It goes underneath the next number. So we did the multiply, so now it's add. 13 and negative 6 is 7. Now you're back to multiply again. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. So now you're to add. 30 and negative 21 is 9. We're back to multiply. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. Now you're at add. 25 plus negative 27 is negative 2. Okay, so you're done with synthetic division. The part now is just to write your answer. Remember, the problem started off as 2x cubed divided by x. What is an x cubed divided by an x? X squared. Very good. So our first number is going to be an x squared. So this is 2x squared, and then they just go in descending order from there. Plus 7x, plus 9. What's that negative 2? It's your remainder. Very good. And since it's negative, I am going to put minus, like Heston said, and my remainder goes over what I divided by. That's it.
So you just take at the beginning, you just take away a power?
Yes, your final answer will always be 1 power lower than the beginning. Yep, that's your answer. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, got what we need on that one? Okay, this one you're going to try. It says 5x squared plus 16x plus 15, and you're dividing by x plus 2. So I want you to try that one real quick. I gave you a smaller one, so it won't have as many steps in it. Try that. Go. to multiply first.
Yeah.
Drop the first number all the way down,
And it's negative.
so it'll go underneath the 16 and you'll add those.
You add 16 plus negative.
Uh-huh. And then what you should have a remainder of
Negative 3.
it. Now put it over x plus 2, because that's what you divided by. So the original problem said divided by x plus 2, that's what you put your remainder.
Oh, I got it now.
Alright, let's see how we did. I gave you a smaller one, like I said. The highest power was squared, so we had a 5x squared, a 16x, and a constant of 15. What did you put outside your box? Negative 2 would be very good. Drop your 5. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10, and it goes in the next number, and then that's where your addition starts. So that gets you a 6. And then 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. And then that gets me 3 when I add. We are right on those numbers. So start off as 5x squared. So like Grace said, my 5 will be a 5x. My 6 is a constant. My remainder, I put a plus this time because it's a positive over what I divided by. That's it. Use your schmizzy.
Yeah.
Alright, let's check this one out. Let's start. 3a cubed minus 2a plus 21 divided by a plus 2. Alright, let's fill our box in. What's going to go in your box? 3.
Negative 3. 0.
0.
Oh, I
Very
see
good,
it
Grace.
now.
There's no a squared. Everybody got that? Good. Now, I'm ready after that.
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
21.
21. Hot dog. What goes outside?
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
Drop that 3.
Drop that 3. Add. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Is that what y'all got? So I'd have a 3a squared minus 6a plus 10 plus 1 over a plus 2. Alright, remembering that? Pretty easy to do now. Remember doing it last year a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now this next one's still going to be synthetic division. It's going to be written different. Just want to remind you of all the different looks that we can have on this. We good? Alright, so you see it starts off different from the very get-go. F of x, hadn't had that yet, is equal to x cubed minus 5x squared plus 7x minus 3. And we're told to use synthetic division to find f of negative 2. Now let me hit pause and tell you that you could solve this for negative 2 without doing synthetic division. You could take a negative 2 and put it in for all those x's and do negative 2 cubed minus 5 times negative 2 squared plus 7 times negative 2 minus 3 and get the right answer. We're getting ready to solve polynomials. We're using synthetic division, so I'm going to keep doing this using synthetic division for the practice. So you'll set your box up like normal. Nothing's different there.
Is that 7x?
Yes, plus 7x, I'm sorry. So you got a 1x cubed, a negative 5x squared, a positive 7x, and a negative 3. Here's where what gets different on the outside. That f of negative 2 is not a factor. It doesn't say x plus 2 or x minus 2. It just says find f of negative 2. So you do not change the sign now. See the difference in how it's written, Caitlin? So we just stick the negative 2 out there like it is. It's all about how the problem is written, okay? So be careful on that. Now you work it exactly the same. So as long as you put the right number out there, you're not going to mess up. Drop your 1, multiply. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Add, get -7, yes sir. Multiply and get 14. Add and get 21, yes sir. Multiply and get -42. Add and get -45. First period they had my calculators doing the ACT and they did not know what -3 plus -42 was without a calculator. I was about to start smacking people. So it's the same as 3 plus 42.
Add over
Yeah,
there.
that's what I was saying. All right, so we did the synthetic division. Big whoop! I wasn't. What's my answer? Where do I get the answer on that? Because I was asked to evaluate for f of -2. So which of those four numbers up there? How do I write what the answer is?
You gotta put,
No.
you got to put -2 as the x.
No. That would be another way to get the right answer, Zane. I could do that. But what I'm saying is I already had that answer here somewhere. Which one of these numbers do you think it is?
The last one.
It's what's in the remainder spot. Very good. So f of -2 is -45. So when you're asked that, to solve for that, and you do it that way, it will be the remainder spot. It's interesting to me that somebody figured that out, that you could do that way. I don't know.
So they're saying if you put -2 in for all the x's, it'll equal -4.
This is math class, I'm not so strong.
False. That was wrong.
Would you need to put the -2 in for this and everything?
Right.
To be safe, I would, yeah. Zane's testing it. Hold on.
Got -45.
Kid, so it checked out. Very good. All right, then we got just one other way that they can write this and ask this. This one says f of x is equal to 3x cubed minus 11x squared plus 17x minus 14. And it says, is 2 a 0 of that, yes or no? So we've had just plain old division, then we've had evaluate for f of -2, and now we're just asked, is 2 a 0 of that? Those powers are hard to read, I just saw that. The first one's a cubed, and that second one's a squared. I probably just made it worse, didn't I? Oh, maybe not. All right, so we're still using synthetic division, so it's still going to be 3x cubed, -11x squared, 17x, and -14. And that 2 is not a factor, it's just a plain old 2, so we're just going to stick a plain old 2 out there. But how will I know yes or no if it is a 0? And that was a big clue.
Remainder 0.
The remainder 0. Very good. That means it goes evenly into it. So it would have no remainder. So we're going to work through this. If we get a 0 in the remainder spot, we'll say yes, it's a 0. If we get anything else, we'll say no, it's not a 0. So let's check it out. Drop 3. 3 times 2 is 6. -11 and 6 is -5. Multiply 2 times -5 is -10. This is looking good. 17 and -10 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. -14 and 14 is 0. So we got a 0 in the remainder spot. So was 2 a 0? Yes. And all because of that 0 there. Okay? Alright, you're going to try one of those. You got what we need on that one? You good, Grace?
Yeah.
Alright, GT is ready to rock. F of x is equal to x to the 4th plus x squared minus 3x plus 1. I want to know if -4 is a 0 or not. Try it and see what you get. I could be trying to trick you somewhere, so be careful. That kid Caitlin figured it out.
Yeah, believe it or not, I know something.
Alright, one thing on this one, I haven't worked it out yet, I just got it set up. Remember, you gotta put a 0 where the cubed goes. Now, could you accidentally still get this answer correct and forget the 0?
Yes.
Probably so. I hadn't worked it that way to know for sure, but it's possible that you could screw up and still get lucky. Put the 0s, don't count on coincidences happening, because that'll end up biting you in the booty. Alright, so we drop our 1. I don't think it's 208, is it?
I got this sheet right here.
Oh, way to go, Kate. One of them's -4 is -4. 0 plus -4 is -4. -4 times -4 is 16. 1 plus 16 is 17. 17 times -4 is -68. Is that right? -68. -68, -3 is -71. -71 times 4 is 284. Alright, and I add that and I get 285. So did I get a 0 in the remainder spot? No. So is -4 0? No. Okay?
Either way, we got it right.
Alright, now, like I was telling you, I'm not going to do a ton and a half of these because we have spent a lot of time on division and algebra 2. But tomorrow we'll look at solving polynomials using this. And remember, when we're solving polynomials, we're finding where it actually crosses the x-axis. So we got stuff that's to the 4th power that could cross those 4 times. Okay, so that's the stuff that we'll be looking at. So like that one that I asked you was -4 is 0. If you were to find -4, let's say is right here, and it was no, because that graph's not touching -4 right there on the x-axis. Okay, doke? Everybody all right? Okay, pretty short unit. We will have a test on this before spring break unless something goes wrong. But right now the plan is that we will. Something might come up though, I don't know. All right.